18 of the American-Israeli war against Iran. It feels like we've hit a bit of an inflection point. War is all about seizing the initiative. It's forcing your enemy onto the back foot, forcing them to be reactive. Now, of course, at the moment, the US, although dominating militarily, does appear to be running out of ideas and momentum. Meanwhile, Iran is starting to take control. The question is, how is all of this unraveling for America? One of the strategic objectives of America was regime change.
That's crazy. I never in my life ever thought that I would hear a Sky News anchor say those words. Insert foreign adversary, taking control over the battlefield, and America losing its grip. Do you understand? You keep talking about America losing this war, but you completely go over the fact that Israel's winning literally in every aspect. Okay, I think you forget something very important. If America's losing this war, so is Israel. That's it. Like, I get the point that you're trying to make here, which is like, oh, well, Israel gets to blow up whatever it wants to blow up. But like, America is still the big daddy in the equation. If America's not achieving its military goals, then Israel doesn't care about the Hormuz or Gulf states. No, I understand the point that you're trying to make. But if America, quote unquote, loses this war, then who the fuck is going to carry Israel on its back? How do you not understand? It's over. No America means no Israel. There is no world where Israel exists without America. Without America, Israel would be gone.
Look at the broader region.
White House is blaming Israel for the chaos. Oh, that's awesome.
Decimated. We've also got forces in Iraq and Syria that are also causing a great deal of difficulty. All of this, though, the main area of problem is around the Straits of Hormuz, where, of course, the blockade there is leading to a massive spike in oil prices. If you look at this strategically, this is a war against Iran, but look at the activity and how the war has spread, causing a major problem for American forces. Okay. Now, the US strategy here will have been based on a military plan, and that military plan will have been war-gamed several times. I used to be involved in some of that wargaming. Occasionally, I even played Iran in that game. And every time you played it through, Iran got decimated militarily, but it always ended up controlling the Straits of Hormuz. And bluntly, there's no easy answer to that. Iran's had 30 years to plan its defenses there, to tailor its weapons, make them hidden deep underground, and probably got months and months of supplies, which make it very difficult. There's no simple solution unless you put boots on the ground. At the moment, that looks unlikely. And therefore, that's probably why President Trump was prompted to look to NATO to try and get some more help from the international community. Now, here's some of the NATO countries, but let's be quite clear. NATO is a defensive alliance. It doesn't exist to try and help America as it conducts.
At least, you can make the argument with Iraq. I mean, you really can't. Or Afghanistan. Because, like, oh, Al-Qaeda, you know, they struck us, 9/11, we were attacked. With Afghanistan, you can make the argument. With Iraq, you can't, right? But there is no argument. I mean, none of that was defensive either, by the way, obviously. But, like, America was attacked on 9/11, and they chose to you know, attack Afghanistan and Iraq. Hasan not understanding basic defensive colonialism, shaking my head.
An offensive campaign against another country, particularly when it's not entirely clear that that military campaign is based on a...
Afghanistan and Iraq weren't defensive, Lamau? Yeah, no shit. You think I don't fucking know that? I'm saying that there was at least an argument that America could present. Yeah, on NATO and Libya. Never forget that when the U.S. and NATO invaded, bombed, and regime changed Libya, they did it in the name of human rights, and in the process transformed one of the most developed countries in Africa into a place riddled with civil war and infamous for open-air slave markets. This is a fact, by the way. It was investigated and reported by several major news agencies. CNN even filmed one of the slave auctions, and it's not a minor thing. It has been documented in many known locations where auctions were set on regular schedules. I'll never forget the reporting because in most cases, the journalists totally failed to draw any connection to the NATO invasion. It was just, wow, look at this extremely evil thing. Oh, well, moving on. Refusing to mention that the evil was 100% brought about by the US, UK, Canada, France, etc. It cannot be emphasized enough. The notion that the states of the imperial core care about human rights in the global south is an extraordinary farce. They are quite happy to produce open-air slave markets in a failed state if it suits their interests. That's it. I'm in Benghazi. Half of them are in here being like, oh, why don't you use Zapar on Kaya again? Hassan, you are Hamas, terrorist, terrorist. Here. Iran, write this one. This will get him. Terrorist. Iran Morad, write he is a terrorist this time. We will get him. Trump knew of South Par's attack and approved of it, but now he's against strikes on Iranian energy sites, believing Tehran received the message that it must reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Trump opened the future attacks on Iranian energy facilities depending on the Iranian retaliations. Or it's just fucking bullshit. The Brandonization is complete, dude. It's awesome. I'm really mad. It's the same fucking actors writing it, too. It's literally the same guy writing the same article over and over again. Okay? It's
on the government here and on the people who support the government, of course. We have seen with the gathering today, thousands of people paying tribute to those two leaders who were killed yesterday. And now we have this new assassination. There is no doubt. Nobody can deny that this is a very challenging situation for the government here and for the country, particularly the segment of the population that still hopes that this government will remain in place during and after this war. But there is also that spirit of defiance among the people, particularly among the leaders, saying that, you know, when the late Supreme...
Why can't Iran manage to kill even one single notable dude? I don't know, maybe because the world's most powerful military with a, finite but virtually unlimited supply of defensive weapons have basically designed the most protected airspace of all time. And at which point, like, Iran might have still killed someone. We just don't know. Iran doesn't have, like, a competent air force. They don't have strato tankers that can fucking refuel their flight. They refueled their planes.
The Israelis were betting on that scenario, on that incident alone to lead to the disintegration of the country, or of the government, I mean. That didn't happen. And one after the other leaders have been assassinated. And before that, there were many assassinations during the previous war and so on. The leaders here are saying that this is not the way to change the regime in Iran, and it is not going to lead to the results desired by the Americans and the Israelis. As you can...
I never understood why China never gave Iran J-10 fighter jets. Like, are they allies or not? They're not. China doesn't have any, like, with the exception of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is like a holdover allegiance from the Korean War. China does not have any full-blown security arrangements. They have favorable trade relations. They have strategic partnerships, but the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is the only country on the planet that has a security agreement with China. Dave says Pakistani mango. They have sold fighter jets to Pakistan, obviously, because, like I said, Pakistan is like China's comprador state. China's Zindabad, yeah, and it's not bad. It's not bad for Pakistan. It's been quite beneficial for Pakistan. My life for Pakistan. Okay. One day I will grow up to join the Pakistani Air Force. Grape. Wow. My life for Pakistan. But as far as like as far as Iran goes, Iran does not have the same arrangement with
the Islamic Republic of Iran has a strong political structure with established political, economic, and social institutions. The presence or absence of a single individual does not affect this structure. Of course, individuals are
Yeah, better idea. Have your mom go watch the opposition streamer for 10 minutes. Yeah, go get your mom to watch Asmongold real quick and then tell her to report back.
influential, and each person plays their role, some better, some worse, some less. But what matters is that the political system in Iran is a very solid structure.
I'm Ali Hashim in Tehran.
Damn. I'd actually talk to Al Jazeera.
Iran's foreign minister insists the system will hold despite the ongoing US-Israeli offensive, no matter the cost, as the region stands at a crossroads with far-reaching consequences. Stay with us as Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi talks to Al Jazeera. Iran's Supreme National Security Council, Mr. Ali Larijani.
I do not know why the Americans and the Israelis still have not understood this point. The Islamic Republic of Iran has a strong political structure with established political, economic, and social institutions. The presence or absence of a single individual does not affect this structure. Of course, individuals are influential, and each person plays their role, some better, some worse, some less. But what matters is that the political system in Iran is a very solid structure. We have not had anyone more important than the leader himself, and even the leader was martyred. Yet the system continued to work and immediately provided a replacement. If anyone else is martyred, it will be the same. If the foreign minister were ever to be martyred, there would ultimately be someone else to take the position.
Aren't you afraid that you might be one of the targets?
Anyone could become a target. In recent days, we have seen that they have no hesitation about targeting any place. So far, 53 hospitals have been attacked, along with many schools. The Minab school, which has now become well known, where 168 students were killed, is the most famous example. But there have been others as well. Bank branches and many residential buildings have also been attacked. Political figures, civilians, scientists, and university professors have all been targeted. It is even possible that the foreign minister could be attacked. But like everyone else, we are standing firm and working for the goals and interests of our country, and we have no hesitation about giving our lives for it if necessary.
You are in the middle of a war, and it's an American-Israeli war on Iran. At the same time, Iran is in a wider war. It's launching rockets towards Israel, towards American bases, and also towards neighboring countries.
We did not expand the war.
Even Israeli Atlantists are saying the same thing as Araghchi. Yeah, this is Citrinowicz, Dennis Citrinowicz, Middle East national security intelligence expert, non-resident fellow at the Atlantic Council. And Citrinowicz says, another expression of profound lack of understanding of the Iranian system. Iran will not relinquish its control over Hormuz